Hi guys, what is going on and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video we are going to give you guys an extremely important update on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. Let's have a look if we can get into a potential trade once again today, because the outlook video that I posted on Monday played out perfectly on both of them. You can watch it back. On Monday's video, I told you guys that if we would test the mid-range area over here, that we should see a bounce towards the range high area. Why? Because we had important sell side liquidity above the mid-range and we have important buy side liquidity above this high over here. And we are now well on our way to take out that buy side liquidity after exactly bouncing from the mid-range. Now the trading idea that I offered in that video was to position yourself long over here, put your stop over here. Let me quickly change this to over here. And our target was this high and potentially higher target. Now, currently, Bitcoin is trying to break out above the range high. And this is something that we should not underestimate. We also know that on the daily, guys, we are against resistance. But Bitcoin currently is buying up every single dip extremely fast. And I've been telling you guys not to short against the high time frame trend. We have to realize that still a lot of people, in my opinion, are shorting against the high time frame trend. And that means that the people that are shorting against the high time frame trend, yes, a lot of them will have their stops, for example, above highs like this. But there's also plenty of people that are looking to build swing shorts near this resistance area that I just talked about. And if we are going to simply check this resistance area, where do we think that if we check the daily time frame, that those people, no, let's check the daily. Where do we think that those people will put their stop losses? Now, I think the answer is quite obvious. I think those people will put their stops above this high over here, obviously above the supply area. Now, people don't realize that this supply area wasn't formed with a bearish liquidity sweep, right? Yes, we do have a bearish fair value gap below it, but it wasn't formed with a bearish liquidity sweep, and also we didn't have any inducement below the supply. So you cannot simply limit short this supply over here, put your stop above the high and expect price to go down. This, guys, is not a high probability trade. Okay, those that have been watching my videos about order blocks know that this is not a high probability trade. This is not a high probability order block. Now, I've been telling you guys to wait for a shift in trend until you position yourself short. I've been telling you guys so many times already, and you guys should start to listen by now. On the 4-hourly time frame, we can see the trend is still up. Is this a valid shift in structure? No, it's not. Why isn't it? Because we don't open and close any candles beneath this low. So right now, if this low that we made over here brings us to a new high, then this is the low to break in order to shift trend, in order to start positioning yourself short. But it first needs to bring us to a new high. It's quite likely to happen, but it still needs to do it first. So if you get anything like this, then you get yourself a short trigger. This is your short trigger, guys. If you get a break of structure over here, you can start to short every single pullback, okay? So you can start laddering in limit shorts over here with the target being this sell side liquidity over here. But until you get that confirmation, there's not a single reason to short the strong uptrend. I would say enjoy the trend while it lasts, right? And now we know that we are currently knocking on the door of this resistance area, okay? The pressure is still strongly to the upside. You can simply see that by these constant higher lows being formed, okay? That means pressure is up. Bears are trying to hold on to their dear lives over here, but we have to realize that this 40K level that I marked out is right now an important liquidity objective. Because of the people that are shorting without confirmation, this has become an important liquidity objective, guys, and it is something to keep in mind. Now, personally, I think you should start shifting your focus from Bitcoin to Ethereum and altcoin. Ethereum has not been breaking out of this range yet, okay? The range that I've been talking about many, many times. I'm currently in a beautiful long position on Ethereum based on the exact idea that I shared in Monday's weekly outlook video. Once again, guys, You can watch it back and you can see that exactly what I said would happen over here, that we would see a deviation beneath the mid-range. With the shifted structure to enter on the pullback, it exactly happened, okay? Watch it back. Now, over here is something very, very interesting happening, because on Ethereum, we have a very clear drawn liquidity to the upside, and we have to realize that also Ethereum is knocking on even more important resistance, okay? Ethereum has been knocking on the door of this resistance area a lot of times now. We have to realize that over here, we have important buy-side liquidity, okay? Why is this important buy-side liquidity? I think we see this order block, right? But once again, those that have been watching my videos, have been watching my explanations, they know that this is not a high probability order block. There's no bearish fair value gap below the order block. There's no bearish liquidity sweep while the order block was being formed. Yes, we have beautiful inducements below the order block, but because of the other two requirements, this is not a high probability order block. If we zoom in on the 4-hourly time frame, we can even see that this order block over here has these equal highs, which now makes it an important liquidity objective for me. So I expect Ethereum that if it manages to break out of this lower time frame range and also out of this higher time frame resistance area, that it should start attacking $2,457. Okay, a lot of people of you might be wondering right now, but Guru, at some point you said that you are still expecting a midterm correction, and I still do. We are going to see one more midterm correction / midterm crash, but you have to realize that I'm not shorting anything until I get the right confirmations. It's very, very simple, okay? So I'm simply going with the trend, making as much money with the trend as possible until I see clear signs of weakness. And right now, everything still looks bullish to me. I'm in risk-free long positions. I still hold a decent amount of spot positions. Yes, I have already taken some spot profit, but I'm still holding about 40 to 45% of my positions in spot. Now, something that is very, very interesting over here is the Bitcoin dominance chart, guys. And the Bitcoin dominance chart is forming a potential ABC correction. Okay, so we have a very strong uptrend on the Bitcoin dominance chart, but it is about to form an ABC correction. We have to realize that if this ABC correction gets completed, that this C wave that is close to being on the charts is extremely impulsive. This move is always very impulsive, okay? It moves very fast, very aggressive, and that also aligns with my view of altcoins getting one more exit pump. Because if Bitcoin dominance will dump very aggressively, that means that altcoins will hardly outperform Bitcoin in a very, very strong way. And that also aligns with my view of a blow-off top for this ETF-based run to the upside. Okay, so I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance, that it can still take out these highs, but at some point it's going to form this C wave to the downside, and at this point altcoins will start outperforming Bitcoin. And that's where you should be positioned in altcoin long positions, where you should be positioned in some nice spot trades. Okay, I'm not advising you to buy spot right now, because it's way too late in my opinion, but I do advise yourself to look for longs on altcoins over longs on Bitcoin. Okay, if this plays out, happy days, and altcoins will start running very hard. And based on previous cycles, that's the last part of every cycle where altcoins strongly outperform Bitcoin. Definitely something to keep our eyes on. Just like we should keep our eyes on a potential breakout for Bitcoin, just like we should keep our eyes out on a potential breakout for Ethereum. Very important to end this video with, do you want to long right now? Do you want to long when Bitcoin is near resistance, near the range high resistance? Do you want to long when Ethereum is near this quarterly level of resistance? Obviously not. You want a long support until proven otherwise if the trend is up. But you never want to long resistance. Keep that in mind as the last lesson of today's video. If you guys do have any questions after watching today's video, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys on Friday's video. Ciao, ciao.